sacrifice. Blood sacrifice. Each one of these individuals had to make a blood sacrifice.
Michael Jackson died on a drug overdose. Michael did not die of complications of the heart. I guess so, after the drug overdose reached his heart. See, all of this started some time ago. Michael's been carrying the estate all his life. He's been taking care of his family all his life. Janet thought it would be a good idea to do a reunion tour, but Janet was coerced with Joe Jackson. Remember, Joe Jackson still tells these people what to do even at age 50. So Michael didn't comply. He gave a verbal agreement that he would do a tour in the States. Meanwhile, he signed another deal in London. If you Google back, it'll tell you that the Jackson was currently being sued. But they worked out a deal that they do all the dates starting off in London. Michael did not get along with all his brothers, contrary to what they want you to believe. Michael did have a well rapport with Jermaine and Janet, but that was growing thin. Michael spent most of his time as a loner because he just got tired of carrying the weight of his shoulders of the family. This is what it's all about. Michael was the blood sacrifice for the Jacksons. See, Michael did not want to do all these dates. He was not into carrying the estate for the entire family. He did love his mother, but his family, his siblings, was getting on his nerve. So that infuriated the family. Hey, do not be fooled by all those crocodile tears and all that dressed in black. Let me tell you something. Everyone in Hollywood knows about the Baphomet and the sacrificing of death to be wealthy, of fame. They're just putting you on.
Now, I'm not particularly cool with some of these brothers' lifestyle, but nonetheless, they're my brothers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We have to look at Damon Dash. We have to look at Suge Knight. We have to look at Irv Gotti. And we have to look at Jay Prince. These four gentlemen that got together and was going to put up $30 million apiece to get and create their own distribution company to distribute black music. All in 1 week, I'm telling you the short version of the story. All in 1 week, they raided the offices of these four brothers. I'm going to say them again. Damon Dash, Suge Knight, Irv Gotti, and Jay Prince out of Texas. They raided, the FBI raided their offices and confiscated their records and started piecing together cases against these brothers. Suge Knight, you already know his story. You understand? Went through some court cases, ends up having a white Jewish woman, the owner now of everything that Death Row had put out. And I think she bought it for $22 million. No, $25 million. Ain't that something?
25.
She owns the entire catalog. Irv Gotti, him and his brother, was brought up on charges, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Several years ago. And his thing was publicized because they raided his offices and tried to connect him to some mob ties and some drug dealing and that kind of thing. Thanks to your man, 50 Cent. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then, Rap-A-Lot's owner, Jay Prince, who they connected to embezzling money and fraud and laundering money, this kind of thing. But Jay-Z was privy to this information, and Jay-Z was one of the ones that took it back to them. So what did they do? They bought Jay-Z off, to tell the short version of the story. And each one of these individuals had to make a blood sacrifice. So let's take a closer look at this. Who did Damon Dash sacrifice? He sacrificed his fiance. Who was he engaged to at the time? Aaliyah.
Ooh.
Who died in a plane crash. Who did Suge Knight sacrifice? Tupac.
Ooh.
Who Irv Gotti was supposed to sacrifice, but it didn't happen? Ashanti. She broke away from the camp and now she's doing well. But that was his blood sacrifice. So Rap-A-Lot's Jay Prince was heard through the African grapevine that he had inked a deal with the brother Pimp C. And as if you can remember, Pimp C went live before he died. And he started blasting people, calling people homosexuals and this kind of thing. And he was calling people out. Shortly after that, they found him dead in a hotel. Overdose. Let's look at some of the other people that have bonded themselves to this demonic energy. Jennifer Hudson wanted to be up in that space. Yup, her family got taken at it on some ritual killings. When Kanye West wanted to be up in that space so bad, he signed the oath, took the oath rather, and signed on, became a Mason and took the oath, wrote Lucifer, Son of the Morning for Jay-Z, and that was his initiation, and sure enough, he lost his mom.
Kanye West wanted to be just what Jay-Z's at. So Jay-Z took him under his wing and told him about the blood sacrifice. Kanye agreed. His mom would be sacrificed. And while she was being sacrificed, Kanye took a trip to London so that it could be totally a mishap for him to get the news. Let's talk about Jennifer Hudson. Can't believe it. Some of you don't want to believe it. These people do not love their family. It's all about the fame. It's all about the wealth. Yes, she did. But not only did she kill her mom, she sacrificed her entire family, except her other sister, who was in on it as well. If you recall, her sister was on MySpace page a day before the funeral, kicking it. This is truth. So who is due for sacrifice right now? Beyonce. You see, out of all the fame Beyonce's got, none that we know of who she sacrificed. Well, let's take a closer look at what she's holding. That's the Bible. And that only tells me one thing. Beyonce is long overdue for a sacrifice.